Today's video is kind of unique. I set out to make one quilt pattern, but I made a mistake and ended up doing my favorite quilt ever. This video is filled with loads of plot twists you won't see coming, but let's go back to the beginning and see what it all went terribly wrong, or very right. I'm using fabrics from 2 charm packs because I want as many colors as I can get. But there is absolutely no problem in cutting 5-inch squares from whatever fabric you have. Ideally, we are looking for big colors and a lot of diversity in our fabrics. And just look at these fabrics. How awesome is this going to look? First, we cut all our squares in half. Yes, we cut fabric only to sew it back together, and that's why non-quilters will never get it. I am using 5-inch squares, but for this simple pattern, you can use whatever size squares you want. It doesn't take any math to adjust it to different sizes because everything works around our squares. I am adding some white to the center of our quilt block because I need something that would pop while still making those colorful squares shine. We are making a rail fence quilt block variant and I cannot wait to show you this beauty. Next, we sew. We want the white in the middle of our freshly cut rectangles. This does not look right. I think I may have cut the white too thin for what I needed. Okay, new plan. We are not making a rail fence quilt block anymore. We are making a brand new pattern that I have no idea what it's called. Let's cut this strip thinner. I think 1.5 inches will do the trick. And then, instead of using a different fabric, we'll just use the same. It's like an interrupted square, if you will. I am loving this. I think just doing these blocks next to each other may be too simple. It needs some framing. Or maybe that's just me. I love put sashing everywhere on my quilts. Also, at the moment, this isn't really a square, it's a rectangle. So I'm thinking we either need to make up for the difference somehow, or I need to trim this. I've got an idea that I think may just work. Let's do different size sashings. We need 1.5 and 2 inches. I am adding the larger pieces to make up for the size difference and the smaller piece on top like so, in an L shape. We press again and this is what we get. Our quilt block. Kind of looks like a slice of cake to me, so I am loving it already. And yeah, this is a pretty simple quilt block, but if it looks anything like I have it in my head, it will look absolutely stunning before we're done. And now we do this 19 more times. Cutting our squares in half was actually the only part I would say is a little bit nerve-wracking. Cutting into pretty fabric. I mean, there's no turning back. And because these are charm packs, if you ruin it, you don't get more fabric like you would if you had some yardage. This truly is the one thing I do not like about pre-cuts, that added pressure. But other than this is as free flow of a project as they come. It doesn't matter what side you sew the sashing on because they're all the same. As long as you have both pieces of the square separated by sashing and a nail covering 2 sides, it's perfect. In fact, as much as I love making one block at a time, I am speeding this process up a little bit by chain piecing. So essentially what I do is I add a sashing to one side of all my remaining squares. Then I go back and add the second piece of the square to all of those. Then I add the one side to my L to all the 19 and I finish with the remaining strip and that's it. Easy peasy. As usual, I am making only the top of my quilt and I am making a smaller piece at that. This would make a great baby quilt. Maybe one of those blankets you carry around with you when you're out with the baby. I actually did so many of these tiny blankets back in the day when my Etsy shop was up, either for babies or pets. Those are so versatile. People use them as a blanket, but also as a play mat, and they were a big hit. So I guess that's also a big reason why I'm so partial to making small pieces instead of full-on quilts. But you know the drill. Make your quilt as big as you want it by just adding more blocks. Size-wise, each of these blocks is about 7.5 inches, give or take the seam allowance. And before we know it, we are done. We have all 20 of our quilt blocks. This is what we have, and now we start to have the real fun. Let's try and lay them all out next to each other and see what that would look like. Cute, but I think we can do a lot better. What happens if we start playing with this a little bit, turning them around and pretty much shuffling the whole thing? I mean, if you're like Mike, you're probably getting nervous by now because you like it all parallel and straight, but I don't, so this is a lot of fun. Let's keep going until all our blocks have their own place and are completely mismatched. If you look really close, you will see there's actually a pattern to this. It's not just completely random. It repeats every few blocks. You see these 4? They are exactly like the next 4. So this should make it easier for you to keep adding blocks and making sure they are perfect. What do you say? Are these not absolutely gorgeous? And now we need to sew these beauties together. And for this pattern, doing chain sewing is really simple. Just take a picture of it and go back to it every step because it's just so easy to mix up the order. Like if you sew them into pairs and then go back to sew them into 4s like I usually do, make sure you know which is supposed to be left and right, okay? I guess a person with better focus would be able to do it without a photo, but me, no way. My head is always thinking of so many different things, particularly for these free flow projects. I always end up mixing stuff up. And I guess when you see the rows together, it's easier to spot the pattern I was telling you about. When you see the whole thing put together, it does look kind of random and all over the place. But as you can see, there is a method to the madness. And don't forget to nest those seams when you're joining your rows, okay? We need it nice and flat. That's the only way it will work out. This is a 5x4 block quilt, so 28 by 35 inches by the time we're done. All there's left for us to do is to press our quilt top. And here we have it, our lovely cake slice quilt top ready to go. Sometimes the best results are the ones we don't plan for, and this quilt just proved it. I had an absolute blast with this one. I hope you did too, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!